A great run game is key to every explosive offense, and in this video, we're going to break down the best rushing tips that you need to know to be able to run the ball on every defense that you could possibly see. So one of the biggest things I'm going to plead with you to do is make sure we're calling the right run plays, and even more importantly, probably, avoid calling the wrong runs, okay? So in this little segment, I want to talk about the best run plays in College Football 25. First one, out of shotgun formations, we're going to be talking about the duos, okay? Right now, I'm in gun wing pair, and I have a duo, as you see. And if we also go over to the gun bunch strong offset, we also have a duo run like you see on the bottom left. I don't like the RPO duos. I like the regular duos. I'm in Michigan's playbook right now, but this applies to every playbook that has this style of run. And if we go over to concepts, we go to run, then we go to power, you'll see we're able to find duos here. Let's actually work out of the shotgun bunch strong duo. Where's that bad boy for us? So we're here. This is what the duo looks like. And we call this, what I like so much about it is, one, very rarely will you get like inside penetration. A lot of times with different like pulling guard runs, you'll see there's a lot of like inside penetration. The offensive line doesn't do a good job of replacing pullers. And in this run, there's no pullers, and the boys just get after it. I'll be honest with you. Another really nice thing with this is that we're able to cut in different directions really easily. We can cut this outside, we can take it inside, we can cut it left, right. It really doesn't matter. This gives you a lot of flexibility. So right here, we're just going to take this right up the middle, able to get a couple. One fun fact for you is that the run game is almost always right there. You take it a little bit to the right, worse in practice mode than it is in games. I don't know why that is, but it is a legacy thing. Right here, we're going to cut it to the outside a little bit, able to get some pretty nice yardage. This is just a run that, especially when you have it out of a passing formation, really, really good. You see right here, we're able to cut it left, cut it to the right, we cut it middle. Really, really good stuff here. Now, another style of run that I love is going to be out of single back and I-form formations, and it's going to be the halfback stretch. So when you find this, you're going to see usually it's just called HB stretch, and these can get flipped either way. So with the right stick pre-snap, we can actually use it and flick to the left. And notice how we're flipping which way this run goes. So we can flip either way. The way you want to go is usually the way that we have numbers. So right here, I want to go to the right side because that's my strong side. I have a tight end over there. And let's call this. Now, another reason I like, or a big reason I like this run so much, as my fullback totally misses a block, is that we're able to cut this inside and outside. Let's go this time to the left side. Bang, I'm going to cut this all the way back in. Notice, nice fumble, dude. Notice, though, how I was able to cut that all the way back in. Let's go to the left again. Let's cut this one in. Notice how I didn't cut that one as far in, okay? You have the ability with your stick to be able to cut this in different directions. You could cut it all the way outside like I did there. That wasn't the right read, but you get the idea. And because this can get flipped in either direction, you have the ability to attack both sides, up the middle, or outside. Halfback stretches are a staple consistently in College Football 25 and in Madden as well in the run game. So it's definitely something you want to take advantage of. And notice how, even though I'm calling all of these as the same run play, we're attacking pretty drastically different, I'd say. So another style of run that I love a ton is going to be under concepts in the run section. And we're going to go all the way over to the trap. We're going to go to 0-1 trap. You'll find this under center and in shotgun a lot. This can have some backside penetration where like a guy will come free sometimes, which can be annoying, but this can also be a big hitter. For this run to be good, you need your center to be a dog because he's going to be one-on-one pretty often. So just keep that in mind. And this can be more of a downhill, just get after it style run. If they're blitzing you a ton, I don't love this style, but it is something that we're able to do. And then with that, the other run that we'll talk about here that just really gets downhill is going to be inside zones and dives. These are two different styles of runs, but both of them are just things that I just think have a really high percentage of working for you. So something like, let's see, where do we have a dive here? Do we have a single back wing pair dive? Inside zone, I don't love. We don't have a dive right here. We'll go RPO alert dive smoke. This is just, hey, we need a couple yards up the middle. Inside zones work very similarly, where you can just go up the gut. You can cut these inside and outside a little bit, but there's less flexibility for that. We go right here. Actually, this time I'll cut this all the way outside, and we're able to pick up the view. Okay, so this is one where I'm just trying to get downhill and get after it. We'll cut this one bang. Notice, though, like, even on this type of run, you can still cut back and forth really, really well, which is important. Very rarely when you call run play, that I'm doing too much right there. I'm trying to talk and demonstrate. Like, very rarely should two run plays be exactly the same. Oh, fight for me. Fight for me, cover athlete. Yeah. Those are some of my favorite runs in the game. And if you like the idea of a dominant run game, you need to check out our Illinois offense, which is live right now on Civil.gg. This is the combination of the best rushing attack out of pistol, actually, along with some of the best passing concepts in the game. Right now, you can unlock that plus everything else on Civil.gg. Join over 2,000 active members for 30% off using code Civil30. The link to that is in the top of the description, and this is the best way by far. If you want to start winning more games, just start doing that. Again, link in the top of the description. I'll see you guys over there, and let's get back to the video. So now, let's actually talk about what it means to cut, okay? And like that essentially is the idea of changing direction in the backfield, because not every run is going to go exactly the same. Notice that both of those were the same exact run call. This is a duo run. One went to the left, one went to the right. This one kind of just went up the gut, right? So how are we cutting? And what is the actual, like, what are my fingers doing, okay? Well, when we snap this ball by tapping A, X on PlayStation, we are going to immediately just push the left stick in one direction or the other, okay? Once we do that, we are then going to try reading the holes and reading the openings on the field and then pushing the left stick in that direction. Notice I'm only using my left thumb at this point. I'm not touching turbo at all. Right here, might go here, bang. And now I'm going to hold turbo right when I want to explode through the gap, explode through a hole. That's when I'm going to start holding turbo, okay? That's that right trigger, R2 on PlayStation. So we're here, hold turbo, okay, bang. Now we're able to, right? I'm not trying to cut anymore. Once you've decided you're not cutting, that's when we start to hold turbo. If you need to cut again, right? Let's say we're going outside, then I decided to cut up. We're going to get off of turbo. All your cutting should be done without holding turbo and with the left stick, at least at this point. Boom. Now I'm holding turbo once I start going up that hole right behind my blocker. Now, to identify what holes we want to be hitting, ideally what we're going to be seeing is almost like you can almost look for the open holes, or we can actually like more of how a running back would do it in real life, and there is some validity to it here, is where is the ass of our blockers? And wherever the ass is, we want to run at their ass, because think about it. That means their chest is to a defender, their ass is to us. So we want to follow that. We can actually see it right here, right? Notice I went right behind 50. Where'd I go? Right behind his butt, right? That's how we're doing it. Right here, behind 72, right behind his ass, right? Pretty, like, it's actually like, that's how it is. We go here, bang, look at that. No, like, that's the big thing. And you can identify this really, I look for the hole, and I look for kind of like, where we have that. See, again, though, like, consistently, that logic holds true very, very consistently, okay? So it's almost like you want to be running at their butt wherever that is, and then we're able to make our attack from there. Let's see if we have a little bit of a stretch run. Do we have any kind of a stretch shot, a wide zone? I don't love the wide zones, but these are similar to a stretch. Let's go wide zone to the left right here. Bang. Notice we're able to get outside 76 because he hooked his defender, and what was to us? His ass was to us, so we're able to go, right? Let's go here. Oh, boom, we need to cut up. See what I'm saying? I didn't hold turbo until I decided I was going to cut up. Then I held turbo. That's huge, because if you don't cut and you just run in one direction the entire time, right there, it actually works. But very rarely will that actually work, right? That's how you make a really dynamic run game, is when you're able to cut back and forth. Even right there, we gain an extra yard from cutting, whereas we wouldn't have if we just kept going to the left. Right here. Boom. Oh, that was a nice little hezzy. Oh, that was a nice little hezzy. And that's the next move I want to talk about here. All right, so we got to talk about how to make people miss in the open field. This is obviously a very big deal. This can prevent a lot of very bad run plays, and this will also turn a lot of just like fine run plays into touchdowns. So first move we're talking about is the left stick hezzy. Why do I call it the left stick hezzy? Because this is a hesitation move, all done with the left stick. That's all we're really doing right here, okay? So right here, watch my running back. This defender clearly has an angle on me. You're going to see me barely let up, a little bit of a hezzy right here, and then bang, we're gone, okay? So as we do this is all left stick. As I take off after this hesitation, I hold down turbo right here. Just give me an extra boost, okay? So what are we actually doing to make this happen? Well, to get that kind of hezzy, I'm actually just letting off of the left stick, okay? That's all I'm doing, just letting off for a split second, not even all the way, just letting off, he'll hezzy, and then you can explode out of it. This is really good for when a defender's kind of has an angle on you, and you want to be able to get outside them. Right there is an example of it. Now, that doesn't mean you're guaranteed to gain a bunch of yards, but right there, that outside defender should have tackled me. We hezzied him, we were able to get out. Remember, we want to hold, and right there, we won't always get it, right? And you won't always be able to make a miss. You're just going to get him on the inside of you. Now, to keep in mind, you want to hold turbo right as you're about to explode out of it, okay? So right as you let off the left stick, then you push that left stick in the direction you're running again, and then when you push that in the direction you're running again, you're gonna hold turbo at that point. Okay, let's see if we go here, left stick, left stick, left stick. I'm gonna hold turbo for a second, boom, and then you see that little hezzy right there I do. Not super necessary in that situation, but that's how we're going to do it. And that's kind of how it's going to look. Oh, boom. Just sometimes you might not even notice it, but you'll still manipulate their pursuit angle. Notice how I was able to get outside him right there. Go here, bang, skirt. Not able to do too much on that one. Sometimes we'll just have a good angle on you. Not a ton you could do in that situation. Next move I want to talk about is just the plain spin move. So I might be holding turbo, and then when I want to do this, I'll actually let off of turbo and just tap B or circle. I like this when I'm head on with somebody and I need to make them miss. Kind of one-on-one, just a straight line, okay? So a situation this happens to me a lot, actually, is on, like, dives or inside zones, things like that, where, you're kind of in a congested area, and you just need to make somebody miss. Let's showcase an example of this right here. We'll do this a few times. Right, kind of not a great example right here. One-on-one, we'll tap B or circle, and that's without turbo. You're just getting that quick spin. Really, really good in the trenches, though. This situation, one-on-one, bang. There's a great example of it. Because there's no other really way I like to make somebody miss in that situation. One-on-one, oh, shoot, bang. Right, like, say you get blown up in the backfield, bang, hit him with that real fast, okay? Here we go. Oh, shoot, bang. Right there, maybe not the best example. And then you can push the left stick to kind of showcase or kind of influence what way you're spinning. Right there's another example using it. It won't always work, but it will bail you out of a situation here and there. Right now, I'm going to cut this all the way outside. Oh, we get kind of a one-on-one. Bang. Notice how I'm able to make some people miss like that. That's just tapping B or circle. That's not holding right trigger. If I hold right trigger and tap B or circle, this is going to be like a spin back and cut back lane type spin. So we're going to actually change direction with this. That's holding turbo and tapping B or circle. So right here, maybe I want to kind of spin up like that. And we're able to change direction, okay? Let's go. Oh, I need to cut back across the grain. Boom, you see that. Better your halfback, the better it's going to be. Beginning of the year, this was really OP. It's not as OP anymore, but still really good. Right, let's say I need to cut all the way back in. Bang. Right, maybe not the best examples right there, but you get kind of the idea of how you could do this. Let's go here. Oh, need to cut back in. You have the potential to do that. You can also do this on stretches and stuff like that, too, if they do a really good job of, like, cutting you off on the outside. So an example of that might be here on this wide zone again. Let's kind of see. Let me get this. Bang. Oh, I need to cut this in. You have the potential to do that. Again, the better the player here, you're going to be able to spin a little bit better. I don't use this a ton, but you can use it. Right there's a good example, just this plain B spin. It was a little bit slow, but we're able to still make somebody miss. And let's go again right here. Okay. And I might try doing that spin there. Not my favorite in the world, but it is a good way to change direction. It really is. Go here. Skirt. There's a great example of us changing direction with it, actually. Like, all the way back across the field. It's hard to do that without that spin. So let's talk about a little bit of an extension of the run game, which is actually the RPO game. That stands for Run, Pass, Option. All right? RPOs, very, very cool, because at any given moment, you have the ability to hand the ball off like a normal inside zone, right? You can just watch. We're just going to hand this ball off. Normal inside zone. Nothing too crazy. We do everything else that we've already talked about so far, okay? But also with this, we have the ability to pass the ball, right? That's that pass option. Now, my favorite RPOs are ones that we have some sort of screen, okay? I don't like the ones with slants or anything like that. Like, I don't love, like, RPO peak slant. Don't love that. I don't love stretch alert dragon. But if we go into any playbook, go to play type, and scroll down to RPO, you'll see different ones that have bubbles. It's like RPO bubble right here. Let's go to RPO read bubble in gun trips. Let's actually call RPO read screen from gun trips right here. I love RPO reads. Why? Because the read means read option. And that means that instead of just being able to hand the ball off or throw it, I can actually keep it if the defense allows for it. Okay, right there he did. I should have handed it off, but I just want to showcase, right? We could keep this at any given point, and that adds another layer to the play. Again, we shouldn't have kept it right there. I just want to showcase that we could. If we hold A or X, that's how we'll keep it with the QB. Right there, they just scream at me. But you see, we're able to get that relationship where we can either hand it off or we can keep it. Right here, we'll keep it, and that's what we should have done, and we're able to do that. We could just hand this ball off, though, by pressing nothing, and that'll just be a normal inside zone, right? But this isn't just, you're probably saying, Civil, it's a read option. It is, but there's also the ability to dump this out to whatever RPO we have, right? Whether it's a flat, a screen, a bubble, whatever it might be. So we go here, well, we'll just hand this ball off. Normal inside zone. If he crashes, we could keep it. If they don't respect my bubble, or my screen of whatever it is, we can dump this out. See how this becomes a much better version of just a normal run play? Now, mind you, whoa, he got decked. Sometimes the handoffs on RPOs can be worse than on normal run plays. Keep that in mind. Just something to consider. And here I'm gonna go RPO read Y flat. This is one of my favorites. Bang, and we're gonna hand this ball off, cut it up. Notice we're still utilizing all the cuts. We still have some of the same spins, all that good stuff. We're just kind of, making it, in my opinion, a little bit better. Right here. This time, I will go stiff arm in that angle. I like that stiff, just because there's really nothing else we can do. Let's go here, throwing him again. We get on one-on-one. Might hit that quick spin. Tight end, not the best to do that with, but you get the idea, right? Let's go here. We'll hand this ball off, cut it up, able to get a yard or so. I had the RPO. Remember, to throw the RPO, you just have to hold down the icon of who you're trying to throw it to. You don't need to pull the ball first or anything. And remember, to pull it with the QB, that's A or X. You're just going to pull that ball. So right here, pull it, A or X. Bang. How do you know when you should pull it or not? It's this R icon. See him? If he crashes down, we're going to pull it. If he squares his hips, we are going to, nice. If he squares his hips and shuffles, we're going to hand that ball off by pressing nothing, or we can throw it. Right, bang, skirt, skirt. There we go, there we go. Very nice, very nice. That juke move, that's using right trigger. I don't use it too much, but it is something that we, like right here, I don't mind using that juke move. Just another way to cut back across the grass, in my opinion. Here, RPO. Bang. This is just a great extension of the run game. Something I think everybody should be doing. If you felt like this video was giving you any kind of value so far, you would benefit so much from my website, civil.gg. We have over 2,000 active members. 98% of those members say that they've won more games since joining, and you can get 30% off right now everything we're doing with the link in the top description. Just use code CIVIL30 when you click that link, and you will be good to go. You'll have access to everything you need to win more games.